So yes, we will start with this. We are on the chapter 2, right? Okay. Are you there? Am I
Yes,
audible? Okay, okay.
I
Good. Yeah. So we will look at programming methodology. So this will be a little theoretical, but this is important as well at the same
mm,
time. Why is it important? See, writing code, as even you would have seen, any AI agent can write code now.
mm,
And we have really good reasoning models, and
mm,
they are able to generate code. But there is still some things which the AI agents are not able to understand and follow, even as
such
of
as
today. And those things which they are not able to follow, we'll be studying in this chapter.
mm,
Okay. So,
okay,
learning to write an computer program is it's very much like learning any skill.
mm,
So, like we need to understand the problem
mm,
and then we solve it in a logical manner by
mm,
writing an algorithm.
mm,
Like we have read many books available in the market for describing the car driving methodology. However, we can learn driving once we actually get into the car and start driving it.
mm,
Same thing applies here as well.
okay,
Writing, testing, troubleshooting, debugging, and maintaining. So
okay,
basically, this is the whole life cycle. Once you write a code,
mm,
you have to test it, whether it's working in all the scenarios or not. If it is
mm,
not working, you troubleshoot it.
mm,
In troubleshooting, you have to at times dive deep into the code base,
mm,
actually look at how are the values changing, the variables, how are they changing.
mm,
That is debugging. And then you maintain it. Like you have to proactively uh, check on the status of the software which your
mm,
customers are using,
mm,
whether it's performing well or not. There are vulnerabilities that keep getting fixes, so you have to make sure you are applying all the security patches.
mm,
Yeah. So maintenance is a very large part, and
mm,
this is the most costliest part. Like developing is still easy, maintaining is very difficult and costly.
okay,
So effective program is that which gives results of all different inputs, including wrong input as well. Okay, we'll understand what is this. While creating program, we need to follow certain systematic approach. Yeah.
mm,
So this is very important. Okay, so if you don't follow any approach, if you do it randomly, then maybe we are able to understand. You will be able to understand it today, like when you write it. But after
mm,
a few days, even you yourself won't be able to understand what you had written or what you were thinking,
okay,
why you wrote it that way, if you don't
mm,
follow a systematic approach.
mm,
So there is a structure and representation.
mm,
Okay, structure is implemented by using top-down or bottom-up approach and is known as the popular approach, while programming representation plays an important role in
mm,
making program more readable and understandable.
okay,
Okay, so yeah, what is it? See, programs, even AI can write, but when do we say a program is good or bad?
mm,
See, it should be a good program means it should produce correct and fast results. See, this is the correctness is always a requirement. Even AI can usually check for it. Sometimes they produce incorrect codes, but most of the times they are correct. At least
मैं
they are functionally
अच्छा
correct.
मैं
So
एक बार सुनो
because correctness is always the very first requirement. Like if you want to place an order on any website and it's not able to place the order,
mm,
it is sending you an email instead,
mm,
then your program is not correct. It's incorrect.
mm,
Okay. So that is always the very first thing. It should be correct. It should be fast as well. This is a non-functional requirement, but it's good to have. The faster your program is, the better.
okay,
And memory constraints as well, you have to take one. So we need to follow certain guidelines for creating a successful program, and we'll see what they are.
Hmm.
They're good programming habits that we need to follow.
Okay.
See, basically there are three types of things. One is it should be extensible, it should be maintainable, and then like there is a dry principle, DRY. There are a lot of principles. This is the most simplest key. Do not repeat yourself. Okay. So reusability, extensibility, maintainability, all that are there. We will see. Let's take it slowly. See, clarity and simplicity. See, like here is an example. If we want to 5 x raised to power 6, we can write it in this way as well, or we can use a function and write it in this way. Okay. So, like according to you, what do you think? Which one is better? To do this mathematical operation in computer language, we can either write it this or like this. Both are going to achieve the same thing, the same output. So both of them will be correct for sure.
Hmm.
But should we write this? Should we prefer this syntax or should we prefer this syntax? What should we
The
prefer?
second one.
The second one. See, because see, writing code like this, it has a lot of drawbacks. See, like you would have remember ki, to find maximum of three numbers, you used a function called the
Max.
max function.
Hmm.
So, see, you just wrote max of 1, 2, 3, and you got
Hmm.
3 as the output.
Hmm.
But this function, which was a library function, it there was a lot of code, maybe not a lot, but still a substantial amount of code, which you did not have to write, and you just reuse that piece of code, and you simply got the maximum of the three numbers. So, like, just to give you an idea, here we are passing an array. This can also be four numbers, right?
Hmm.
You never know. It can be n number. So here we have to write some logic so that it can take any number of inputs, and
Hmm.
then it will iterate through all the numbers
Hmm.
and maybe try to find the maximum. Maybe
Hmm.
this iterating through the list is a very heavy operation. Maybe
Hmm.
they would have done some optimization inside.
Hmm.
So all that code will be present here, and we have just made an abstraction. And now if we have to write x raised to 100 as well,
Hmm.
we can just write 100 over here, and we'll be able to find x to the power 100 because computers are for doing large calculations, right? So this makes sense that this can be this can you can encounter such things in real life.
Yes.
So if we go with this methodology is not extensible. You cannot extend it if we have really large exponents. You can't write 100 times, right?
Hmm.
Either you
Yes.
will count it or maybe you will copy paste multiple times.
Hmm.
But it will be, and it is error prone as well. You'll if it is 100 is still countable. Like if it is 1 million, then it's almost impossible. But here we can write it. Okay. So this was a good design choice.
Hmm.
First issue was first advantage what abstraction. Like all the see this thing multiplying it again and again that was handled here. And see now you would be thinking ki, this is not a big deal. Like multiplying numbers together we can do it. But there is a thing called overflow. Like if computer memory is limited, you know that.
Hmm.
So if we keep multiplying numbers, if we're trying to find x raised to 100, then maybe this your number can become very large and it might overflow out of your
Hmm.
memory.
Hmm.
Maybe your computer won't be able to store that number. So
Okay.
in that case, what will happen? Maybe your computer will crash. So all
Hmm.
those things are handled inside these functions, and you get the peace of mind. Ki I don't have to worry about all that. I'll just take the power. I'll let the library function handle all that. Okay. So one was abstraction, and the one was this is very extensible. and it was reusable as well, right? Like if you have to find x raised to 6 in one place of the code and x raised to 7 in another place of code, you
Hmm.
don't have to write this 6 times and then 7 times in the program again and again.
Hmm.
You can just write
Hmm.
power x6 power x7. That's it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. See, another example is what they're doing. They're doing a plus b minus u plus vy. Then a minus b, I don't know what is this.
Yeah, just making sentences complicated.
X plus y. Okay. Okay, not sure what they, maybe they're using brackets precedence, maybe something like that. I'm not sure what they did here. Okay. Yeah, this we saw, right? Like I was using names like is odd or is even.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
it is recommended to use proper names.
Hmm.
If you don't, then it will become difficult for someone else to read that same thing, or even for you after few days.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And to naming variables, there are certain conventions. Key uh, you can use letters, small, uppercase, lowercase letters. You can use digits, and you can use underscores.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
They must begin with a letter underscore only, and they cannot begin with a digit. Like I cannot name a variable like 1a.
I can do
Okay.
it A1.
You can do a1 but not 1a.
Hmm.
I'll get an error. Ki, this, see, I'm getting an error.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
If I do a1, it will work. So these are just conventions. See, it's working now. Yeah. Oh, this is a dangerous piece of code. Let's not keep it like this. Anyway, yeah. So to calculate the area of a square, you should use variable names like area and side. Okay.
Hmm.
Instead of a and b. Like usually we see diagrams, right? Like this is a and b, and thinking of this figure, we name the variables as well a and b. But we should do it side and area.
But why?
But why?
Hmm.
Yeah, because in your head you would have this diagram, but someone else
Hmm.
maybe who has read some other book who would have never seen this diagram will never understand why is this A and why is this B. Maybe you'll
But
have to add a comment here unnecessarily ki A, the variable A is for the side of the rectangle, B is for the length of the rectangle, like that. So why not name the variable in such a way ki it is self-explanatory. We don't need to add unnecessary comments.
okay.
Okay. So for constants we should give proper names and not random symbols. Do not use same name like custom, customer, account, accountant. Okay, these can be confusing when the program gets big. And do not use one letter identifiers like A and B. Comments are these things like this is a comment, this is a while loop, and this is a comment. Okay, we add comments only when it's very necessary and there is something important happening and we want other people to know. Okay, this is what my intention was. This is what I was thinking when I was writing this. Okay,
Okay.
it's like a small note. Indentation. Okay, as we have seen in Python, it's important. Like after a if block, whatever you want to be executed inside the block, you have to add an indentation for it. Like if I write a for loop, range 0 to 3. Okay, I'll write print momo and I'll print cake. Okay, now just look. See, momos is printed 3 times, but cake is printed only once. Why so?
Okay.
It was like this. Let's keep it like this. Hmm. Why is momos printed thrice and cake only once? Is it because you like momos more and cake less?
But I like them equally.
You like to eat momo.
I like them equally.
Oh, you like them equally. Okay, so that is not the reason. So what do you think is the reason?
Because of the indentation that you gave for the
Hmm.
momos and not for the cakes. And
Okay.
had you written cake in that place, then cake would have been there 3 times.
All right. But what do you think will happen if I do this?
Uh, okay, it will be 3 times momo, 3 times cake.
So it will be momo, 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 cake, cake,
Cake,
cake.
cake, cake.
Or will it be momo cake, momo cake, momo cake?
Uh, yeah. I think it will be momo, 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 cake, cake.
Let's see.
No,
It'll be,
it can be momo cake, momo cake, momo cake.
but why?
Uh, okay. Okay, then do it. Let me see. Momo cake, momo cake, momo cake.
Yeah.
So
And
why did
how,
it not happen momo, momo, momo and cake?
yeah. How about now?
Okay. Momo, momo, momo. Cake, cake.
Okay, now 3 times momo, 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 and cake, cake, cake.
Hmm.
Even now the
Why?
same thing. Because indentation here, indentation here in the Python language implies कि this everything like whatever I write, if I write another thing like uh, muffin, so anything I write with this much indentation will be considered inside the loop.
Okay.
Okay, so this loop will execute how many times? 3 times.
Hmm.
So first, when the execution starts,
Hmm.
everything inside the loop will be printed,
Hmm.
right? The execution is sequential.
Hmm.
So this, and then this. Okay, so
Hmm.
we were getting momo cake because first this executed, then this executed. Then we went and the value of I incremented. It became 2. We checked
Hmm.
that 2 is in range this. Yes, it is true. It again printed momo cake, momo cake. Then again 3 is also in range. And again this. Okay.
Hmm.
So if you want uh momo, 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 and cake, cake, cake,
Hmm.
if that is what you want, then you will
Hmm.
have to do this. This will print momo, momo, momo. Then again we will iterate and print cake, cake, cake.
Hmm.
Check it out. See,
Wow.
because everything happens sequentially. So first this, then we get in this another loop. This prints this. Okay. And if I write something outside here,
Then it would be only counted as one, like only
correct, because
buffer.
it's not in the loop
Hmm. Hmm.
because
Hmm.
it has no indentation. See, only one mugging for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
This is the meaning of indentation. Determine the group of statements. So this is inside if, this is inside else. We have this indentation here.
Hmm.
Okay. And we call this a block. If you have
Hmm.
another statement, something, 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 then
Hmm.
all this is a block.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
See, this is what I was talking about. Characters of good programming. See, every computer needs proper instruction
Hmm.
to do the task.
Hmm.
Quality of the program depends upon the instruction given to it. However, it is required to feed the proper and correct instruction to the computer in order to yield the correct and desired output. Hence, a program should be developed to ensure proper functionality of the computer and also should be easy to understand. This is equally important. Should have some important characteristics which is as follows. It should be flexible. Okay. Should be flexible enough to handle most of the changes without having to rewrite the entire program. Okay. So here is an example. A computer aided design software is used for different purposes such as engineering, PCB printing, architectural design, technical drawing, industrial art.
Okay.
Okay. And most of the programs are being developed for certain period and they need updation during the course of time.
Okay.
So a single piece of software, whenever you write it, you have to try to make it as flexible as possible.
Okay.
Like if you have the information key, your CAD software is going to be used by some civil people also, people who build bridges. Then you'll have to
Okay.
take into account if some bridges people come and use your software, how will they use it? The same piece of
Okay.
code should be able to handle that thing as well.
Okay.
Okay. Like the Amazon website, you can open it in mobile phone as well, in a tablet as well, and in a computer as well, and in a laptop as well, right? It is flexible. You can open it in any device,
Yeah.
correct? So that is flexibility in terms of the device which can be used. Okay. It should be friendly, obviously, because you have to always keep in mind who are you building your software for. See, portability is different platforms. That is operating system with or without minimal changes. Like for portability, like this Zoom software, you can use it on Windows as well, and even people with Macintosh are able to use it, right?
Okay.
And at the same time, they are able to attend the same meeting as well.
Hmm.
Even Mac people and Windows
Hmm.
people, even though their hardware, their software, their operating system, everything is different, but they're using the same software and they're able to connect with each other using the same software at the same time.
Hmm.
This is portability,
Hmm.
cross-platform support. Okay,
Hmm.
we have to
Okay,
take
got it.
care of that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So if a program is developed for a particular platform, it will become obsolete after a certain period of time. At the same time, if a program that is developed does have the ability to work on different platforms, it makes software more usable. High level languages are more portable than assembly language. Assembly are you have to change almost everything, even the hardware. Like uh, there used to be a 8085 processor.
Okay.
The way you write code for this processor is different from in comparison to how you write software for 8086 CPU. Okay. So with hardware change, even the code used to change. But with Python, there is no such thing, right? You can write
Yes.
the same code in Windows 10, 11, MacBook, any hardware, any software you can write.
Hmm.
So they are very portable. Previously, with every hardware change, you had to learn a new language. It was a different
So it would be
situation.
very difficult as well.
Correct. Reliability is ability to do intended functionality accurately, even if there are small changes in the computer system. Even the most program must be able to handle an unexpected situation like wrong input or no input. Okay. The program which saves such ability are known as reliable. If the user gives wrong information to the input, it should display a proper message. You should be able to handle everything. Like this is a very big term. Like there are a lot of meanings, but this is good for now. See, this is what I was talking about. Okay. The variables, all the methods, they should be named in such a way that it's self-documenting, self-explanatory. Okay. A good program must have self-documenting code.
Hmm.
Now, the process of problem solving. So, this is very important. To solve any problem, the very first step is you need the problem specifications. Okay, what exactly do you have to solve? Okay, it starts from there and ends with a correct program.
Concrete, concrete.
Problem solving activity which consists of four steps. What are the understanding? Okay, making a plan, executing, and then evaluating.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is good. Understanding is key. We understand how the problem is. Like we'll understand all this
Hmm.
in a practical way instead of like if I yesterday we solved the prime number problem, right?
Yes.
How to check whether a number is prime or not.
Yes.
So we first understood what are prime numbers.
Yeah.
Correct. Like we actually followed this step, knowing unknowingly. We
Hmm.
first understood what are prime numbers.
Hmm.
Then we like if you remember, like I took a number 35. Then I tried to check all the numbers. Ki if 2 is divisible, 3 is divisible, 4 is divisible. Then we came up with a plan कि we will check till 35 by 2,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
Like I'll start from 2 because 1 will divide always, and that is of no use to us. I'll
Hmm.
start from 2 and go till n by
Hmm.
2. And if any of the numbers in this range is able to divide the original number, this means this is a composite number.
Hmm.
That was the plan we made.
Hmm.
Then we wrote an algorithm.
Yes.
We converted that algorithm to code and executed it.
Hmm.
And evaluation, we checked it. Like I searched on Google, I found some large prime numbers, then checked if my code is working correctly or not. Okay, that is how you solve any problem. These steps are very important. Like if you try to skip a few steps, thinking okay, this is an easy problem and I will just directly start the execution or directly write the code, it might not work always. Sometimes it may work as well.
Hmm.
What is this methodology? There are many approaches available to solve a particular problem. However, the efficient way is to adopt a systematic method. Very important.
Hmm.
The use of systematic is of problem solving is crucial when we use a computer to solve a problem. Okay, because you have to tell the computer what to do in a step-by-step manner because it's very dumb. It is very powerful but very dumb. We
Oh.
introduce here a seven-step problem solving method which is closely related to software life
Hmm.
cycle.
Okay.
Okay, the various stages in the life of a program
Hmm.
that can be adapted by each person to solve the problem in their own style. They are given as a
Hmm.
so this is just a more detailed version of this thing which we saw, right? Defining the problem, analyzing the
Design,
problem,
design the
designing the
problem.
problem,
Design.
coding it, testing, debugging, and then maintenance. Okay, this is similar to what we did. See all this. Okay, what is a prime number? You always have to ask questions like this. Maybe
Hmm.
the person who gave you this problem, his definition of crime is something different. Okay, so you always have to be open to all that as well. Yeah. Yeah, and what data? Like yesterday, we only checked our code for positive numbers. We did not put -1 and check in the code, right?
Hmm.
So we should have also asked ki what will be the input and
Okay.
what if the user enters A, B, C, D. We should have
Okay.
explicitly added a check there
Okay.
to make the program robust. Ki if the number is negative, if the number is a string, then we will just tell the user ki your input is invalid. Okay. So like these things come naturally, but uh, it's documented here for someone who is having
Hmm.
who is struggling with this. Okay, so at the end of problem definition, you will have a list of specifications. Okay,
Okay.
analysis. Okay, so here are some methodologies. What is modular programming? Is the act of designing and writing as functions.
Hmm.
You divide a large program into small components. We'll do all this. We'll do all
Hmm.
this practically. Top down is this you understood, right? This is like divide and conquer. Just break the problem into small pieces, solve each problems individually, and then integrate them at the end. Okay. Then there are two methods available for model programming. They are top down and bottom up.
Hmm.
Okay. So top down is dictate the program that should be divided into a main module and its related modules. Each module should be divided into sub modules, and the division continues till the module consists of only elementary process, that is this, and cannot be further subdivided. So this is like if you have this problem, you will divide it into this and this. Then
Hmm.
again you will divide it into small, like four pieces here, right? Then
Hmm.
again you keep dividing them till you have a unit left which has some meaning, which has some intrinsic
Okay.
meaning of its own. And then you start combining them. We'll do all this practically. Okay. And bottom down is just the opposite, in which the application is constructed with existing primitives. Like we start from here. Okay. This won't make sense now because this is very generic. Only once you know what they're talking about, you'll understand this. So this is one of the issue I have with the textbooks. Okay, they just introduce these complicated things. Like when I used to read all this, I had never read this book, but similar things were present.
You
When I
used to
used to
get
read,
confused.
yeah, I used to feel, okay, what does this mean? What is primitives of programming language? They have never mentioned it in the textbook. Right? So people
Hmm.
will get discouraged and they'll stop the learning.
Fine. Hmm.
Yeah. So this won't make any sense. Okay, what is a primitive of a programming language? So this we'll see, okay? And gradually, so basically the high level idea is okay, you break it down. You can either solve it in this way or you can start it from the bottom and then start joining them and end up with the big solution. And then build them into more like hmm, this we have seen. We can algorithm. I think algorithm is the thing which we use most of the time. Flowcharts you can, but it's like more high effort.
But is it even used?
Flowchart is rarely used. I mean, we use it, we do use it,
Yeah.
but it's just for official documentation. But actually, in practice, doesn't serve much purpose. Algorithms do most of the things. Okay, like when you are making big complicated systems, you have to make diagrams and flowcharts. But this is like if you have done basic, like if you made hard diagrams and all that and do the labeling, and similar to all that, nothing to learn. We know what algorithm is. Set of instructions
Hmm.
in English language.
Yes.
Okay, people mix it with computer code as well. Like even we were doing it yesterday, right? Like for taking input, we were writing int and all that.
Hmm.
The intent is that you should be able to understand. That's it. This is called pseudocode. Okay, this will be used a lot. So just remember this. Flowchart we know. Coding is just converting algorithm into syntax of any language.
mm,
This is coding. So coding is a very small part of the software development life cycle. Okay. Coding is not a big thing. It is a very small part. Like there are
okay.
7 stages in software, so it is just one of those 7 things. Okay. Like the most difficult part is usually framing an algorithm. This is the most difficult part. Okay. Research and framing an algorithm. That is the most difficult. Coding is something you will learn with time. Testing debugging is also a field. There are roles. There are software testers.
Mm,
Okay, there are roles for all this. Okay, this is important. Ki in computers, there are 3 types of errors: syntax, logical, runtime. There is one more. There are semantical errors as well. I
okay.
think they have removed it. I'm not sure, but it comes up. Syntax error is this: if I write something a wrong syntax or something which has
Even if
no
you
meaning.
give, okay.
Okay, this is a syntax error. In
Mm,
syntax error, see it is written right. Invalid
mm,
syntax. Computer did
mm,
not understand.
mm.
So syntax errors, the compiler. What is a compiler? Do you remember?
Okay. What is a compiler?
Hmm.
Mm. Can you give me hint?
High level language, zeros and
Okay,
ones.
okay. Yeah, okay, okay. So it converts the high level language to low level language.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
translator.
it is a translator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the translator, it did not understand what I wanted to say.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So whenever the translator is not able to understand, it will throw a syntax error. Okay. And
Okay.
there are errors like if I show you, like if
Hmm.
I do
Hmm.
this,
Hmm.
10 divided by 0.
Hmm.
So what do you think is going to happen? No. See, division by 0 is not defined even in mathematics. 10 divided by 0 is not infinity. This is not defined.
Undefined.
Yes. So what do you think the computer is going to do? See.
Going to write undefined.
Okay, wait. This is there was some. It will throw a runtime error. See, division by 0 is never allowed. So if you can see the code executed, see momos, cake was printed, and
Hmm.
after printing all this, it threw an error.
Hmm.
And see, I'll show you something else. If I write something here, okay,
Hmm.
now if I execute it, so
Hmm.
remember this. This was printed and then the error was thrown. All right.
Yeah.
And now if I execute, okay, wait. Here. So now if I execute again, this was printed and then the error was thrown. So because this is Python and Python doesn't have a compiler, it has an interpreter. Okay. Interpreter translates the code line by line from top to
Hmm.
bottom. Whereas the
Hmm.
compiler,
Hmm.
it scans the whole thing at once.
Hmm.
Okay. So had this been some other language which used compiler like C++, then it would have thrown error in the starting itself.
Okay.
Because in the full scan, it would have not it would have pointed this out. Okay, this has no meaning. Oh, what
Hmm.
is this? Okay, but because this is interpreted language, Python, it did all the execution till here. Then it came here. It saw this and then it threw. Okay,
Hmm.
and this division by 0 is a runtime error.
Hmm.
This thing.
Okay.
Logical error is कि if you write the long logic, you'll get a this.
Runtime error.
So see, this code has a syntax error. Can you find it?
Yeah,
Where? Here, 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 or here?
I think in fourth line.
Fourth line. No, the error is here.
Right.
There was a colon missing.
Okay.
Okay, so this was a syntax error. See, colon is not there. Okay. Logical error is you write the long logic. Maybe if you do minus here, this will be a logical error because a is 0. You are decrementing it. It will become -1, -2, -3, -4. It will never become true. It will run infinitely.
Hmm.
Okay. That's a logical error. And it's often hidden and it's typically harder to find. Okay. See here. What is the error here? If you explain this, I'll be over the moon.
While A
Hmm.
is less than 10, A is equal to A plus 1. So if if it is stated that A is equal to 100, then
Hmm.
why is it written again A is smaller than 10? Like,
No, there is a logical error in this. You have to find the error.
okay.
You are in the you're going in the right direction. Keep going.
So there are like the condition is contradictory to the first line.
Hmm. So what do you think will happen when we run this?
Invalid,
What will be invalid?
the value of A.
No, value of a is 100. What is invalid in this?
No, but there is a condition, right? While
Yeah.
A is smaller than 10.
So is this will this condition evaluate to true or false?
False.
Yeah. So then what will happen?
So, this is the error, right?
No, there is no error. Condition false means why there will be error. Condition false. So then
So then A will be 100.
a will be
Because,
100. So
yeah,
what will be the output? What will
output
be
will be
printed?
output 101.
101. Okay. Let's do a dry run. A is 100. This condition will be true or false?
False.
False.
So the output will be 100 only.
But why will it be 100?
Because the condition does not match.
See, this will become false and this is a loop. And look at the indentation here. Look at the
Hmm,
indentation.
hmm,
So because the condition will be false in the first check,
hmm,
anything inside this block will
hmm.
be not executed. So the
Okay.
code will exit and there will be no output.
Okay. Okay.
because the condition is false. Had it been
Hmm.
true, it would
Hmm.
have executed these things. So all this
Hmm.
is just dead code. It will never be executed.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is a logical error. Why have you written such a code which is never going to get executed?
Hmm.
Okay.
So it will not get executed.
So it will,
Not get executed.
the code will get executed. The code here, this block will be not executed. This will be executed.
No,
This will be
no,
executed.
the output will not be generated,
Yes,
right?
there will be no output because there is no
Hmm.
such statement printing to the
Hmm.
output. Okay. It will
Hmm.
not execute even a single time.
Hmm.
Runtime we just saw this b is 0 dividing by 0 runtime.
Hmm.
If you try to open a file that does not exist, runtime.
Hmm.
Okay. Documentation, maintenance we have seen. Yeah, everything that we do after the program is created. Okay. So finding old bugs, modifying the program for improvement, new laws, new
Hmm.
hardware, new
Hmm.
OS. Okay.
Hmm.
New
Hmm.
features,
Hmm.
documentation. It is part of the life cycle. Okay. Okay. User defined name.
User defined name.
User defined name should be defined, I think. Basically, they want to
Identify.
ask you what is user defined. So this syntax is not user defined. This is defined by the programming language, right?
Hmm.
Identifiers are also their keywords.
Hmm.
They are fixed. Like for, this is this, you cannot change the name of this. It will always be for. If you want to use a loop, you have to write for. Okay. Constant expression. This you can, like, and for an expression you can give whatever name you want. Okay. This question little ambiguous. If you overcome the rules of the programming language, we get yes,
Syntax error.
got. Correcting the program code is,
Testing.
it is usually debugging.
Hmm.
Yeah. Designing the problem.
Problem.
What?
Designing the problem. Yeah, so in algorithm also we design the problem.
Algorithm. Yeah.
Sorry, algorithm, sorry.
Algorithm when translated into programming language is called
Algorithm in transcendental programming language is called flowchart. Flowchart.
flowchart is graphical representation of algorithm.
Okay, okay, code.
Hmm. Program must be able to handle unexpected situation like wrong input or no input. What is this? Hmm.
Well,
Reliability,
why?
because we saw right, reliability means your code should be able to handle all the situations. Like if the user is trying to play around, is trying to hack your system, even then it should be able to tell the user if you have entered a wrong input. Okay, it should not crash your program. Only then it will be reliable. Got it? Portability is cross-platform support.
Yeah. So what is
Okay.
that?
It should be able to run on Mac, Windows, okay, mobile, tablet, everywhere. Okay. These are, you know what these are. This one.
It's this is the group of the indentation.
Hmm. Yes, I just told you.
It refers to the reliability.
What?
It refers to the ability of an application to run on different platforms. Oh, portability.
Uh,
This is a combination of operator operation cost
hmm,
expression.
hmm,
Each module should also be divided into submodules according to software. I know this. I know this. It will be top-down method.
hmm. What is a good program? 4 points, right? Should be flexible, it should be portable, it should be maintainable,
Extensible.
extensive. Okay. Identifier is a keyword. Hmm. How to write comments? Hash. Okay. Purpose of expression. This is the purpose, right? Doing mathematical shit. Write and explain all steps of programming methodology. 7 steps we saw. Okay. This this we'll see practically. Let's not. Documentation, program maintenance, modular. There are two types: top down, bottom up. Modular program is divide and conquer. Divide your thing,
Divide the problem into big
sub
problem into small
problems.
problems.
Okay. Hmm. Types of errors. How to maintain. Write all the steps of program methodology. अरे फिर से, how do you, what do you mean by clarity and simplicity? This was of which example did you see? Like naming the thing, and what is flexibility?
What do you mean by flexibility?
Hmm. What makes a program flexible? There. Handle change without having to rewrite the entire program. Okay.
So that thing, right, which you said, don't repeat yourself
Yeah,
in your
dry,
head.
that is not flexibility. That is not flexibility. I'm just looking for that. Okay, we saw this, right? For clarity. Use
Mm,
methods and library functions.
mm.
Okay. All right. Flexibility, yeah. Did you understand? What is flexibility? Hmm.
So you were asking me,
Yes.
you said, right, that like flexibility means that a program can easily be changed, modified, or adapted
Without rewriting the,
without rewriting the whole thing.
yeah. Program is not being modified. The program is able to adapt without being modified. Okay. Indentation we know, debugging we know. Okay. What is the purpose?
So that like anyone who will run, like who will read my code, right? He will
Hmm.
be able to understand what
Perfect.
it exactly all about.
Okay. Welcome. Welcome to Python. See, there are many languages. This is one of them. Okay. And always remember not to get attached to anything. Okay. These things come and go. Okay. So never get attached. Always try to learn the core principle. Okay. We are taking Python. It's easy as well. Good for beginners.
So, but Keaton said the beginner friendly program is C and not Python.
You see. Okay. Okay. All right. So Python was created by this. See, even we can create our language. Okay.
Hmm,
Not a big thing.
hmm,
So it is created by this
hmm,
National Netherlands
hmm,
91.
hmm.
Python got its name from BBC comedy series Monty Python's Flying Circus. Okay. I didn't know this. Python can be used to follow both procedural and object oriented. Free to use. We'll see what this means. General purpose programming language which can be used for both scientific and non-scientific. Platform independent.
Hmm,
The portability thing. You
hmm,
can run it on Windows, Linux, Mac, Android,
hmm,
anywhere. Even on your Android, you can run.
hmm,
This is very simple. Okay. Excellent for beginners, as I said. Easily readable and understandable. Okay. Easy to learn and use. Used by companies in real revenue generating products.
hmm,
In Google search engine, we use Python.
hmm.
BitTorrent. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay. You can download pirated movies from here because it is peer to peer. Okay. Do you want to know what is peer to peer?
Yes.
Okay. Like Telegram is a peer to peer messaging service. So what usually happens is like let's say like here there is Zoom chat. If we chat on
Hmm,
Zoom, what will
hmm,
happen is the data like let's say this is me, this is you. I type
hmm,
something, so my data will go to a common server,
hmm,
okay, which is somewhere in maybe Mumbai. Depends. Okay, depends on how the logic of the application is. Go to
hmm,
a server, probably the nearest server, so it will probably go to Mumbai, and it will be stored there, and then from there it will come to you. This is how for most of the chat applications work. But
hmm,
in peer to peer, there will be no middle server.
hmm,
Okay, you
hmm,
will be sending the message directly to the other person.
hmm,
Okay, so what usually happens is when you want to download from torrent, the because there is no server, so even though you have good internet,
hmm,
okay, even though you have good internet, you will not be able to download it whenever you want because you
hmm,
want one of your peers
hmm,
to share this file.
hmm,
See, I'll explain. This is very interesting. Let's say, okay, here I have some space. So let's say there is some corn, okay, and I have it on my machine. Okay, this
hmm,
is me,
hmm.
and I have corn on my machine, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
And there are two other people, okay, who also want this thing.
Hmm,
It's not there on the internet, but on
hmm,
torrent they see ki this is there.
hmm,
And as I'm a good person, I have the internet connected and I am ready
mm,
to share this with everyone else. So when they will click download on BitTorrent, so what will happen is my computer will start uploading it. By uploading, I mean sending it
mm,
to these people. Okay.
okay,
So in torrent, there is a thing called seeding.
okay,
Okay. It'll start seeding it and then they will start getting the files, whatever I have.
okay,
And if I turn off the internet, let's say I become a bad person and I turn off the internet, or maybe my computer switches off or whatever happens. So
mm,
because this corn is on my hard disk and it is being sent over to them from my computer directly,
mm,
as soon as my computer stops, their download will stop.
mm,
So this is very what do you say, unpredictable,
okay.
and it's very difficult to catch also. So that's why all the pirated things are shared here,
Yeah.
because you never know ki who is having this.
So
And
why do I call things? Okay, anyways, yes.
hmm, so they are directly shared from your file.
Mm,
And there are times ki you will see certain, if you want to watch certain movie and it's there on torrent, but you will not be able to download it. You'll be always, you'll get download failed. And the reason for that is uh, even though that file is there on someone's machine, that person is not connected to the internet for whatever reason. So because that person is not connected, he will not be able to send the file and you will not be able to download it. And see, in this type of architecture, this issue is not there. So in
okay.
enterprise people in Netflix and all that, you will never feel it's always available, right?
Mm,
It's highly available service, Netflix.
yeah.
Always available. If you have internet, you will be able to download it.
Huh.
In this case, even though you have good internet, you have 1 TB, 1 Gbps of internet, you won't be
Mm,
able to download because other person who is sending. And see, if you have 1 Gbps of internet, maybe when you download, you will get only 1 Mbps
mm,
because the person, the rate at which he is able to upload is only 1 Mbps. Okay.
yeah.
But in case of servers, the capacity is really very much, very high. So always the bottleneck is on your end. So if you have 100 MB, you will only get 100 MB speed. If you have 1 GB, you will get
Okay.
1 GB speed. Because servers are very powerful, and that is why enterprise companies use that this architecture. Okay, so
Okay.
this is so similarly in Telegram also. When you send a message, it will not be stored anywhere in the middle place. This is why this is very secure. And if you delete the message, there is
Mm,
no way to recover it again
mm,
because there is no server.
okay.
Okay. These are examples. Python is very important. Hmm. Let's start Python by understanding program. Program, we know what program is, right? Sequence of instruction that tells computer to do computation. Can be anything.
Mm,
Okay. To run and write Python, we need Python interpreter installed. See, as I said, Python is an interpreted language. Okay. So I think that day itself we installed this Python interpreter.
mm,
And idle is a standalone most all Python. Okay, they're using idle here. This is not important. We can use anything. Integrated development environment.
mm,
Okay. This VS Code is also a IDE, integrated development environment. But this idle is Python native one. Okay.
okay.
You can do whatever you're doing on this VS Code, you can do here as well. Maybe in this, you will get this, that run and all that will always work out of the box. Okay. That is the only thing. It's a little beginner friendly, but we are pro people, so we don't care about all this. Script mode, all the blah blah. We have done, we have created and edited Python
Mm,
files. Interactive mode is this. See, I'll show you what is interactive mode. If you type Python, you get this. This is interactive mode. Now I can do anything. 2 plus 2, 4. Okay. This is interactive mode. for
How did you turn
executing
it on?
single line programs.
How did you turn it on?
Control Z.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
This is the prompt. If you print how are you, will get this. This we just
Hmm.
did, right?
Hmm.
You can do any mathematical. Hmm. We can do this as well. Let's do this. We'll again get in. I will write a equal to 10. I will do, sorry, a equal to a plus 1. Now if I do print a, I will get 11. See.
Ah,
Okay. Basically, whatever we do here, same thing you can do here without creating a file. So for kiddos, it is a little bit easier because you don't have to create and save file. People find this difficult as well. So if you find this difficult, you can play around here for a while and then move to all this. Okay. That's the only purpose, nothing else. Control D will quit. You can write quit as well. Okay. Control Z also works. We were using the script mode. Okay.
okay.
We write in a file, then use the interpreter to execute the content. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is convenient for beginner, as I said.
Hmm.
Testing small piece of code. We
Hmm.
can test them immediately. But for large things, we need the script mode. We should always save our code in a file so that we can reuse it. Okay. It's exactly the same thing. All right. You cannot save anything. Okay. In interactive mode. You always have to retype them. All right. This we will not see. We just saw. Okay. Variables and types. Do you want to continue? Hello.
Am I not audible?
Okay. Now you are.
Okay, no.
No. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
That is enough for today.
Yes.